The film begins with a beautiful young couple moving to their recently purchased new house in upstate New York, New Springville. Matt is a painter, and Kate is a housewife.
It's gonna be fine. I promise.
They immediately start unpacking the thing and arranging them according to their place. Kate discovers a dead bird behind a cupboard while rearranging the kitchen items. In the meantime, Matt is dumping the damaged furniture outdoors. As Kate went outside to bury the dead bird, she was startled by the sound of furniture falling.
Hey! It's faster than the stairs. Sorry.
As she glances back, she learns the bird has vanished. She looked about and up towards the sky, but there was no sign of a bird. Inside the house, Matt spots something unusual behind the wall and rips the wallpaper to get a better look. He discovers a vast door inside with a distinctive keyhole. Matt then goes straight out to search through the pile of outdated items until he discovers the key. He's straight back to insert the key in the keyhole. He summoned Kate to show her what he'd found, and they both opened the door. The lights in the corridor suddenly begin to flicker as she enters the room. Matt suspects an electrical failure and goes to call the power company to report the problem. As she exits, the room light flickering stops. Kate observes something weird about the room and leave. After moving all their belongings, they spend their first night in the new residence and make love together. The following morning, technician from the power company shows up to look into the origin of the outbursts.
This thing is older than my grandma.
Matt inquires as to if there is anything he can do. The technician said that he had never encountered anything like it. When he is about to depart, he reveals to Matt the previous owners died in the house and promise to get him a wiring estimate as soon as possible. Matt enters the house right away to look over the information online. He learns that the previous residents, Paul and Madeline Schaefer, were brutally killed there. Meanwhile, Kate is working on her freelance translation project. Matt investigates deeper and discovers that the suspect's name is unknown and that he goes by the alias John Doe. That night while drinking heavily, he sketches a portrait of the alleged murderer. He then stops for a while and enters the enigmatic room, where he consumes the entire booze bottle and pleads for a second bottle. The light flickers, and a new bottle appears. Matt gets scared first and then analyzes the bottle and comes to the conclusion that the room has the power to fulfill the wishes. The following morning, Kate gets up from the noise of flickering lights and looks for Matt. She discovers him inside the room, which is stuffed with brand new items. Matt proudly displays an original Van Gogh painting and informs her that the room can fulfill any material dream.
Are you high or something?
However, Matt convinces and urges her to wish for anything. Finally, Kate wished $1,000. He promptly searched the entire room and handed over the amount Kate desired. Kate then requests $1 million, and the power goes off for a little while, and when it comes back, they are now millionaires. She expresses fear and a bad feeling about it. However, Matt is able to convince her to enjoy the luxuries of life instead of worrying. They become greedy and ask for more money and expensive items. By the end of the night, Kate wonders how the room manages to grant their requests, but Matt assures her that there is no need to be concerned, simply have fun. They continue to request more items, a continuous celebration. They simply keep asking in the mysterious room and getting everything they want. One day Kate wakes up and feels lonely since she can't fill her vacuum inside with tangible goods. Matt spots her outside on the swing at that moment and inquires about the necklace. Kate responds that she can always acquire another. After that, Matt surprised her with a cradle, implying that they should try for a child.
We already tried twice. Both babies died.
Kate breaks down in tears, declares we can't do this again, and walks away. He follows her outside and discovers her smoking. Matt lets her know he's going for a ride so she has time to think about it on her own. After giving it some serious thought, Kate's walked to her mysterious chamber to make a wish for a child, and the enigmatic room granted her request. After a while, Matt returned home and found her playing with a baby. He inquires about the baby. After some chit-chat, he learns that Kate got it from the mysterious room.
I took a shortcut.
A shortcut?
Matt requests that she has to return the baby back to the room. As a result, they enter the room, and the child begins to weep. Kate claims that she is speechless. Matt instructs her to express her desire to have it gone. He grabbed the kid and declared that he would do it. Matt was also unable to complete the task. He returned the child to Kate before leaving. As the baby screams that night, Kate urges Matt to go to the room and get milk. When he returned, Kate was feeding the child, and none of them could figure out how it was possible. The following morning, Matt decides to research Jane Doe more thoroughly online. He discovered that the mysterious chamber pushed him to do it and is now imprisoned in a state mental hospital. Matt traveled with some cash to the mental hospital to speak with John Doe face-to-face and inquire about the room. He poses as a reporter at the hospital reception desk and meets with him.
You know, reporter.
John Doe tells Matt that he has been waiting for this moment for a long time. Matt promptly shoots a question at him: why did he kill the previous owners? John Doe responded it was the only way. He further says to get out of the house before it is too late. Matt stops at a petrol station to refuel his vehicle. He puts his hand inside his pockets to pay the bill, but all he finds is dust instead money. Matt rushes back home and pulls in more cash, observing as they disintegrate in front of his eyes. He then takes a Van Gogh painting and lays it on the edge of the doorway to clear his suspicions. The portion of the artwork outside the home quickly degrades and becomes dust, and Matt returns the remaining part inside his studio. He becomes anxious and begins tearing down the walls to learn the secret of the room. Unfortunately, he only notices the entangled cables that are too challenging to follow. As Matt rips a wallpaper, he finds a diagram of the home that shows where the linked cables are located.
Where are you going?
For breath of air?
No, it's not safe.
She didn't pay attention to him and took the kid outside. He waits for her at the entrance at the same time. She panics and calls for Matt as the baby begins to cry since he is tremendously suffering from what is happening to the baby. Baby has aged dramatically by the time he brings the baby back inside. They both stare at the newborn, who has already changed into a boy, with anxiety and astonishment.
Well, you know something.
Kate is horrified to hear that Matt referred to the baby as a thing. Matt further tells her about his seeing John Doe, who adds that the room manufactures stuff like a gigantic 3D printer on the condition that you never take such items outside the house. If they do, the thing ages and turns into dust. Even he claims that it is formed of flesh and bone.
Her baby is not a thing.
The following day, Kate begins educating Shane at home, explaining that he is unwell and that the deadly viruses outdoors will get him. Later, he attempts to take a shipment, but Kate forces him to sit down before exiting to grab it alone, closing the front door behind her. She hands it to Matt. He opens the package to uncover a handgun. Following that, Matt is outside practicing shooting as the kid observes him through the window. Shane is desperate to venture outdoors since he has never known what being outside is like. Shane finds an opportunity to walk outside while Kate is playing the piano. He extends his hand outdoors to feel the cool wind. Kate's chamber door slammed into the wall abruptly. As she realizes it, she furiously runs to her kid. She promptly pulled him inside and looked over to see if anything had happened. After that, Shane observes the couple from inside the house as they conceal every window with wood planks. That night, Kate and Shane have dinner and go to bed. Kate awakens in the middle of the night to see Shane standing next to her bed.
I love you.
Kate invited him to the bed, and they slept together. Matt spends most of his time shooting practice, and he is getting better day by day. Shane is bored and anxious, so he explores the home and discovers a map pointing to the basement. He goes down, notices the significant power source with tangled cables, and eventually finds the mysterious chamber. While they are sleeping, lights flicker around the home across the night. Matt observes the flickering lights as he awakens the next morning. He promptly wakes up his wife. The two headed straight to the mysterious chamber, where they discover Shane is building a snowman. Kate finds the boy's creation of a whole forest inside the room wonderful, but Matt doesn't appreciate Kate's opinion. He pulls the boy out of the room and prohibits him from entering. Matt shuts the door while Kate hugs the kid, who doesn't understand why he isn't allowed in.
You can't stop us from going into the room.
Watch me.
While they are arguing, the phone rings suddenly, and Shane answers. Matt quickly approached there and snatched the phone from the boy. Kate questioned the boy who was on the phone. He said his name was John Doe. Kate went to the kitchen to get another phone to hear what they were discussing. John explains to Matt that there is a method for Shane to escape the structure without turning to dust, but he must first eliminate the person who wished for him to arrive. John is aware of all of this since he is a figment too. After hearing the conversation, Kate flees the house and makes an attempt to kill herself in a vehicle accident so Shane may live in the outside world. Fortunately, she was unable to force herself to do it.
Hello, this is Kate. Please leave a message.
Matt is already concerned about Kate, yet Shane is driving him mad with his absurd query. In a fit of rage, Matt outbursts at Shane and reveals that he is a fictitious character. He apologizes to Shane after noticing his sadness.
Will you read to me?
Shortly later, when Kate gets home, she sees Shane and Matt sleeping beside each other. That night, when Matt notices Kate's presence, he goes over to speak with her. Next morning, Shane steals the key and goes outside. When the couple awakens, they discover the front door is open. They scramble to locate Shane, who has matured into an adolescent.
Look, Mommy, I'm big now.
Both of them were shocked to see him. He then threatens them with Matt's gun until Kate calms him down. Matt sees a chance and assaults Shane, but accidentally hits Kate, knocking her unconscious. Matt informs her upon her awakening that Shane was killed by the gunshot and was buried outside. Kate heads out to see Shane and bursts into tears. Matt consoles her and brings Kate into the house. The real Matt, meanwhile, is unconscious. When he recovers, he searches the house for Kate but finds that Shane has her and that they are both locked in the room.
I don't think I can live here anymore.
However, Matt tries to convince her to stay because they lack money and a job. While having lunch, when Matt starts chewing on the ice like Shane used to it, Kate suddenly realizes that Shane is pretending to be Matt. On the other hand, Matt uses all of his strength to tear down the wall and get through all the cables to enter the mysterious room. He eventually arrives there, and Matt follows Shane's footsteps to find Kate. Nonetheless, Kate finds two Matts identical in the corridor and isn't certain which is the genuine Matt.
No, Kate, don't listen to him. It's the room.
She pushes him down the stairs after recognizing him. The pair tries to escape, but finds that they are trapped within the house and are unable to flee. Matt thought for a while and devised a great plan to dash out. Shane sees the pair approaching from the entrance. He moves toward Matt and fatally stabs him. As Shane tries to embrace Kate, he discovers they are double. While being pursued by Shane, the pair flees through the woods to the mystery room's exit. As they arrive at their genuine house, Shane strikes Matt but is dragged outside with him. Shane rushes back to the door, but Kate quickly shuts it before he can enter. Shane screams, "Mommy." Kate observes as Shane deteriorates and ultimately turns to dust. 1 month later, when Kate and Matt begin their new life together, Kate learns she is pregnant, but she is unsure if the child is Shane's or Matt's. So that was The Room. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and turn on the notification so you won't miss the next recap. Until then, cheers.